Making our way through the documentation for Blender 4.0, we are going to explore alignment and views in the 3D editor in this video. If you like this content and wish to support it, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. If we go to View, Align, View, we see options that allow you to align and orient the view of our objects in scene. The first option we see here is Align View to Active. This aligns the view to a certain local axis of the active object, bone, or, in edit mode, the normal of the active face. The view also becomes orthographic. Please pause the video here and examine the hotkeys for these options. It will make your life a lot easier in the long run. When you have entered this mode, you can return to the perspective view by first pressing numpad 3 to align to the global x-axis, then orbit with middle mouse button. Next, you can align active camera to view or press Ctrl plus Alt plus numpad 0. This moves and rotates the active camera so it matches the current viewpoint. This essentially means that it moves the camera to where you are at in space. Then we see Align Active Camera to Selected. This moves the active camera, without changing its orientation, so that its view frames the selected objects. Then Center Cursor and Frame All. This can also be done with the hotkey Shift+C. This moves the 3D cursor back to the world origin and changes the view so that you can see everything in your scene. And Center View to Cursor, which centers the view on the 3D cursor. View Lock to Active, which centers the view on the active object and makes it the point of interest. The view will continue orbiting around it even if you pan to a different location. And lastly, there is View Lock Clear, which returns the view to how it was before using View Lock to Active. Next, let's look at perspective and orthogonal views. What are the differences between those two views of basically size? When we are talking about perspective, what we really mean is how we see things with our human eyes. Things in the distance are farther away and smaller, and things that are close up are bigger. If we change perspective to orthogonal, then we are removing that depth. Everything becomes the same size, irrespective of where it is located in space. In Blender, you can change this alignment by pressing numpad 5 on your keyboard. And lastly, for this video, there is a mode called Local View as well. Let's test it out by adding another cube to our scene. To toggle Local View, you can go to View Local View, Toggle Local View, or press numpad/ on your keyboard. As you see, pressing the key localizes the view and hides all other objects in the scene, only showing what you have selected. This is good for if you have objects that are obscuring one another, and this can greatly speed up the viewport performance in heavy scenes. Local View is contextual, meaning that it can be set per 3D viewport. And that will do it for this video for aligning and views in 3D space in Blender 4.0. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you like content like this, and see you next time.